ਬਾਰਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਟ ਲੈਣੀ ਕੰਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ आपका देखो हमारे यहाँ तो ठीक है रिफ्रेश करो ये ना बस लाइट ले फिर चाहिएगा लाइट चाहिएगा 300 ले
La mia scuccia.
300 ले आंदी है
Unico.
छोटी है ना ये रही है जड़ी हमारी
फिर इसके साथ भी तो लगाना है 2 कनेक्शन लेने हैं ना bright light. हाँ जी
मैं कोई स्पॉटलाइट तो दी मेरे को
आप जाके लंदन विच रह गया रोना साडे पल्ले पा गयो वे शिंदिया हंस के Ladies and gentlemen, please kindly make your way inside the ballroom and please kindly like to ask everyone to please kindly start heading into the ballroom and find your seats. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please kindly step inside and take your seats. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please come inside the ballroom and take your seats. Let's go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please kindly find your seats. Thank you. Welcome to PCC Global Gala 2022. The one of its kind, Punjabis, coming together to be one. Ladies and gentlemen, please come inside, take your seats. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PCC Global Gala 2022. Please kindly find your seats. Thank you so much. ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PCC Global Gala. We'd like to ask everyone to please kindly take your seats. We will begin in the next 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to request everyone to please kindly take your seats. We're about to introduce our wonderful speakers and start off this function in the most appropriate manner. So please kindly find your seats. Thank you.
Sat Shri Akal, Namaskar, a very warm evening to all of you. Please let's take our seats and we'll start the evening very soon. Take all the selfies you want and check out all the dresses what everybody is wearing and fill up your glasses with whatever you want, all the Patiala pegs, all the champagne, all the wine, whatever you like. Seats le lo, take all the seats. Jithe jidi seat hagi hai, please go ahead and let's start this evening. Now play some beautiful music and we'll move on. Good evening everybody. Did you see our Bhangra performers? See? Agar meri awaaz, if you can hear my voice, can I get a huge round of applause everyone for tonight? Zordar taadiya, everybody a huge round of applause if you can hear my voice. Arey so we'll start this evening very soon. Our dear Kocha is on the stage. I am somewhere at the backstage. I'm checking out all the dresses you guys wearing, all the saris, all the dresses, all the selfies everybody is taking. So ਆਪਾਂ ਦੇਰ नहीं करनी, we won't be waiting so long. ਆਪਾਂ start करेंगे evening. लेकिन हाँ, pin drop silence. अभी नहीं. So enjoy yourself. We'll start this evening soon. Love you, all of you. Music please.
2 साल का आता हूँ इस पर। और इसका क्या फ़ायदा।
we please have some other people? Sanjay, Kucha, can we please start? Thank you.
Let's go. Give me a beat. Yo, give him a heavy beat, please.
Put up next one.
Yo, you gotta be loud on the Check one. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome, welcome, welcome. Can I have all the Punjabis in the house make some noise? I want to see those hands up in the air. Everybody put your hands up in the air. Woo! Up those hands. Come on, I can do better than that down there. Come on, everybody in the front. Wow, what a gathering, what a gathering. How about we do this? Stop the music. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to this wonderful, wonderful PCC Global Gala 2022, where this gala, one of a kind. Why is that so? Because this is the only gala that brings all the Punjabis together under one roof. A round of applause for PCC. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole committee here, the whole trustee board, they came together for one vision and one vision only, the unity of Punjabis. So tonight, we celebrate our culture, our heritage, and we celebrate each and every one of us that's sitting here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give me a beat, give me a beat. Let's get the beat. I want to introduce to you the person who made it all happen, the person that's the key, the backbone of this organization. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please put your hands together for complete the sweetheart known as Gary. Let's go. Somebody make some noise for Gary. Thank you. It was
3 years ago, we had our first gala, 2019, and we started off by thinking we're only going to get 150 people. By the end
the night, we grew to 400. Same thing this time. We said,
we don't know how much we're going to do here. And give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you, everybody. For making this a success. So,
you know, I'd like to start, Kucha, I want to start a little bit with the photo that I gave you. If you could do that. You know, there's a real famous Punjabi in the news today, right? And who's the most famous Punjabi right now in the world? No? Now, other than Mickey, by the way, right? Rishi, right? So, you know, I was thinking, what do I have in common with Rishi? I definitely don't have, oh, wait a minute, you pushed it too fast, bro. I gave the joke away. I said, yeah, we both have South Indian wives we love, yes. Right? And we're both Punjabi. And like I said, I definitely don't have his bank balance, I'll tell you that much. You good? That's all right, I do have something in common with him. Next photo. That's my puppy. Well, she was a puppy, but Fox Red Labrador. That's what we have in common, right? But anyway, my job here today is really to give you some background as to who we are and what we've been doing. And Lokina, I'm going to speak a little Punjabi. I'll try to translate for those of you who don't know. ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਪੰਗਾ ਲਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ, ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ। What do you guys do? Why are you all trying to get together? What's in it for me? What's in it for the community? And for us, this is a form of seva. We are giving back to the community. We're giving back to not just the Punjabi community, all the communities that we're living in, right? If you could start the other presentation real fast. I do have my notes, but it never works out for me. Right, so, next slide if you don't mind. So, the Punjabi Chamber was formed in 2017. We all got together and we said, we want to do something different. Something that's not focused on religion or politics like most Indian groups that we saw. And something that can really benefit the next generation. So, like any other startup, non-profit startup, I had to beg for money. I went to community leaders and I asked them, would you be willing to contribute for our community? And all of our trustees here, if you could just stand up if you don't mind, all our trustees. Without hesitation, they donated. And we have family trustees, by the way. So, not only the men should be standing up, your wives should be standing up too. Right. So, we went together, we raised enough money, and we said we wanted to have a free platform in the beginning, just to encourage people to join. And so we went to the communities after we raised some funds, created a platform,
programs, and then we try to connect people. And then, unlike other groups you may be involved with, we're a global network. So if you go to the next slide.
See, a global network means that you could be in Punjab and you can be doing something there and connecting with people in the US, connecting with people in England, London.
So on and so forth. So this is the real economy, the new economy that all our kids, everyone else wants to be in. It's
Not about what you do in your block anymore, as we all know. Everyone's on the internet. There are no boundaries, right? And Punjab, in particular, needs to use technology. In 1981, Punjab was ranked number 1 in all of India. And we used to take such great pride. ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੈ ਨੰਬਰ 1 ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਸ ਮੂਵੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਨੱਚਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਨੰਬਰ 1 ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਰਾਈਟ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਕੀਤਾ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਰੀਫ ਦੇਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ we keep talking about ourselves, patting ourselves on the back. So we have a long way to go. Right now, in India, we're 16th. Okay? Other states have done a great job, and we can do a lot better. So one of the mission of Punjabi Chamber is to empower Punjabis, of course, but it's also to help make Punjab number 1. And that's really, we can't forget where we came from.
So, how do you do that? By first being united here. If the NRI Punjabi community isn't united, how are you going to help the Punjabis? So you can do photo ops, and you can go and say, I did this, I did that, and you do one photo op, looks great. But that's for Facebook. What really helps is you have a system, and we work together, right? So, if you go to the next slide. Yeah, you can keep this back, sorry. Oh, whoa. My wife's gonna get hungry. Okay, so the way we can help our community grow is number 1, easy thing. Do business with each other. This is what the Jewish communities do, other communities do. So if you need a commercial broker, we got it, right? You need lawyers, accountants, IT companies, services, outsourcing services. We have people in the group. Physicians, dentists, you name it. Go to our directory and try to do business with each other. That's the easy thing. Second thing we can do is to serve as mentors. Think about what you want for your children. So many of you may call me and say, hey, my son or my daughter needs this, can you help them, speak to them? Why don't you also do that for someone else's son or daughter too? It's not that hard. Just take a few minutes of your time. There's so many young men and young women out there. They may not be in the same profession as you. And
Looking for someone to help them. It's not too difficult, and just take some time out. Third, like any community, unless we have a capital base, we're nothing. We have to invest in Punjabi startups. We had such a wonderful pitch session last month. We had, I think, 6 or 7 wonderful startups, Punjabi-owned businesses who are looking for funding. for all you VCs, investors out there, come join our investor groups. We have wonderful startups around the world. And this is how the community grows. So, if you go to the next slide. So, you get all these people together, you can do some wonderful things. So, we run the Punjabi Chamber Foundation, which raises money for social causes from all our members. Because we can have all these people together, let's try to have some good in our community as well. So, thank you to all of you. When we had the COVID problems, we raised $140,000. And people said, how did you, sitting in the US, send oxygen concentrators to villages in Punjab? I came here when I was 5 years old. It's through the network. Somebody from London
connected me to somebody from Punjab, so on and so forth. And there is a secret benefactor that we do have every now and then. And one person in our group from Long Island donated $40,000 just by himself. And then I said, do you want to be on Facebook? Because a lot of us love Facebook. He said, no, absolutely not. Anonymous. And don't ever tell anyone who I am. Because I do this every year, not just for you. Right? So this is the beauty of it. That there are so many good people. And we can do a little bit together. It'll be so awesome. So that's the message I really want you guys to leave with tonight. Now, the next thing we're doing with our foundation, because we definitely don't want to do COVID again, I hope not, God bless, is we're running our scholarship fund. So you can start seeing stuff in the mail, on your emails. And for young men and young women that cannot afford an education, right, we want to empower them and allow them to become a success. So that's going to be our next initiative. That's going to be a running initiative that we launch. All right, this is a common thing that I hear from all Punjabis, and get this out of your system. Punjabis are like crabs in a bucket. They don't let another person rise. As soon as somebody tries to get ahead, सारे इतना कहने हैं पंजाबी से कहने हैं not for them, right? We grab their legs and we don't let them get ahead. And then I ask people, okay, you said that. Are you that way? Are you a crab? Okay. That I can tell you 95% of people say no. I'm willing to help others, they say. I'm willing to do things for others. We're not crabs in the bucket. We hold people
on our shoulders. We're Punjabis. If we say we do seva, we do everything, to me that's inconsistent to say you're a crab in a bucket. So, where I leave you tonight is, if you guys can just take a little bit of time, first think about your kids. What do they need? How we can help. And what can we do for you? That's definitely there. But think about what you can do for the community. And we're looking forward to working with you. And now for the gala, I really do want to thank our sponsors. Without, this would not have been possible. And we have, without really our major sponsors,
there's no way this would have been happening at all. And I want to thank my my brother Vikram Paji Kashmir from Gala Group for sponsoring, being our platinum sponsors. And we have Cash Republic and Rochelle Bank. Thank you. And, you know, the founder could not be here for Rochelle Bank. They will be speaking a little bit later, but Rajiv Das did a wonderful job, and thank you to him for sponsoring. We have Raj Walwa. Thank you, Raj, from Global Rugby Services. Right. We have Eric Kumar from Commercial Capital. And of course, my Yadidos, Kamal Aurora from Aurora. He, just for your knowledge, he's been donating consistently since PCC was formed. And our last picnic, he donated all the food without hesitation. And even for this event, he's donated so much. Thank you, Kamal. I'd like to also thank Hemant Bhagwani from Goa Indian Restaurant. Thank you, Hemant. We always love more Canadians in the group. There we go. That must be Rippy's out there. Where's Rippy? All right, yeah. And, you know, another person who's always been sponsoring is my good friend, Bobby Garg from Rampur. Thank you, Bobby, for always sponsoring our events. God bless you, right? And then one of our newest sponsors, and I would say one of our strongest sponsors, Neetu Kaushal Ali and her team at City National Bank. Thank you so much for supporting us. It means a lot to us. And I'm not going to talk about my firm, but we have Moksha, Parminder, Ravish, and Maynard. Thank you. And the Bajaj family, Bhavinderji, thank you so much. The wonderful decorations that they've done here. I mean, this is fantastic, amazing. Thank you, Ji. And Deepak Sharma from Four Oaks Insurance Group. Thank you so much for being a bronze sponsor. Now, an old friend of mine, and I don't know, is Ramit here? Where are you? All right. So Ramit has been a supporter from day one also. And from Biz2 Credit, we all know how big they are. And thank you so much for not forgetting. And he was our guest speaker for our Jalandhar launch, by the way. So he didn't forget where he came from either. And by the way, you should be thanking him because he is the cocktail hour sponsor. that always gets the largest claps, by the way. And lastly, definitely not lastly, but thank you so much to Jaspir Paji, Jaspir Chandi, Paramjit Chandi, and the whole Chandi family from P&J for being the valet sponsor this year. And they've also been supporters from day one, right? So we have a lot of other sponsors. Please check them out in your book and check them out online. I don't want to be here if I announce every one. It's going to be a little tough, right? I'm also already getting the timing. But to go back, we're not here just for a party. It's wonderful. We're here to also meet each other. We're also here to do something special. God gave us only a limited time on earth. Asi sare कहने asi naal ta leke jana nahi hega. We're not going to take it with us. But what does that mean?
right? It means that we should give back. So thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of the gala. Gravity has a really hard job, obviously, with everybody that put their heart and soul and supported this event. But one thing for sure, whoever comes up on stage, we're going to change our thinking process. We all have to clap together and not just the table that the guy's from who's coming up or the lady's from that's coming up, right? So let's practice that. Give me a beat for a second. Give me a beat. Come on, everybody clap those hands. This is called unity. Because when we're all together, we're one and we're very strong. So, what we're going to do right now is we're going to play a video for you. Please give your attention to the screen. Thank you. Was formed to unite the global Indian Punjabi community. Access to professionals across the world on a more professional as well as a personal note is the biggest value that I have seen in pieces.
It brings all Punjabi brothers together and gives all the business people a bigger and a better platform.
To have this opportunity to mentor the younger generation coming into the business world.
I'm really excited to use the Mentor Connect program offered by the Punjabi Chamber of Commerce.
Come on, whenever you hear that beat, ladies and gentlemen, at this time I want to introduce to you our MC for this wonderful evening. An actress, a TV personality, a singer, and God, she is a superstar in Canada, all the way from Edmonton, Canada. Somebody make some noise for Shobhi Chawla!
Time
on. Everybody clap along to her. Let's go. Live! Warm it up, everybody!
कुकड़ी हो लड़नी कुकड़ी हो लड़नी चिड़ी कुड़ कुड़ करती है सोने की जाना सस बुड़ बुड़ करती है हाय कुकड़ी हो लड़नी चिड़ी अंडे देंदे सोना ते चिड़का मेरे जत्ती सेंदी
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਆਡੀਅנס ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਬੜੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਗੁੱਡ ਈਵਨਿੰਗ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਨਮਸਕਾਰ ਵੈਲਕਮ एवरीवन
ਕੁੜੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੱਚ ਕੇ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ ਸੋ ਗਿਵ ਅ ਹਿਊਜ ਰਾਉਂਡ ਆਫ ਅਪਲਾਸ ਟੂ ਹਰ ਵੈਲ ਕੁੱਚਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਇੰਨੀ ਵੱਡੀ ਸਾਰੀ
ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਸੋ ਤਾੜੀਆਂ ਲਗਾ ਦਿਓ ਕੁੱਚਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਲਈ
ਕੱਲ ਤੱਕ ਇਹ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਈ ਸਟ੍ਰੇਂਜਰ ਸੀ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਕੱਲ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੀ ਇਜ਼ ਡੀਅਰ ਨੀਅਰ ਸਟ੍ਰੇਂਜਰ ਬਟ ਨਾਟ ਸਟ੍ਰੇਂਜਰ ਚੱਕ ਦੇ ਫਟੇ ਡੀਜੇ ਕੁੱਚਾ ਸੋ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਬਲੈਸ ਯੂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ एवरीवन ਫॉर ਜੁਆਇਨਿੰਗ ਇਨਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਈਵਨਿੰਗ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਅੱਜ ਸਿਖਾ ਕੇ ਭੇਜਿਆ एवरीबॉडी इंस्ट्रक्टेड मी कि ज़्यादा
मैं क्या पंजाबी हाँ मैं व्हाट वुड आई डू तुसी मेरे नाल सहमत हो मैं पंजाबी हाँ शिल्पी चावला ऑल द वे फ्रॉम एडमिंटन
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਹੌਲੇ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਡੂ ਯੂ ਥਿੰਕ ਸੋ ਤਾਲੀ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਫਿਰ
आज बड़े जने ने
lot of people I need to say thank you to ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ my ਜੋਤੀ ਸੋਨੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਿਕੋਰ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ all the arrangement she's done flavors by Jyoti Soni do you like it it has all the flavors so ਨਾਮ ਬੜਾ ਚੁਣ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ flavors so actually we met 3 years before Jyoti Soni and me and she promised me कि so she promised me कि you will be a part of PCC Gala मैं क्या यार बड़े promises ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ बड़े वादे करते ਨੇ लोग कित्थे ज्योति सोनी भी आएगी तो चली जाएगी but she kept her promise and I'm the part of the evening so love you all a huge round of applause to her ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਤਾਲੀਆਂ ਕਲੈਪਿੰਗਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੋ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਆਰਗੇਨਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਮਾਈ ਫੇਵਰਿਟ ਗੈਰੀ ਬਸਰੀਚਾ ਜੀ the founder of PCC North America head of North America thank you so much for inviting me today and all the sponsors ਇਸ evening ਨੂੰ ਹੋਰ beautiful ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ so thank you so much my dress so Neeta Paul Fashions thank you so much for all this beauty acha do you like the dress okay I'm going to ask you one question ਇੱਧਰ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨੇ ਇੱਧਰ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਵਾਲੇ so it feels like ਦੋ ਪਿੰਡ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਸੋ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਈਵਨਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਦਾ ਚਾਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੋ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੱਧਰੋਂ ਵੋਟਿੰਗ ਆ ਜੇ ਸੋ ਚਾਹ ਹੈ ਇੱਧਰਲੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹ ਹੈ ਫॉर द इवनिंग
it feels like नानके दादके बैठे ने क्योंकि अपने पंजाबियों से कोई भी फंक्शन हो चाहे वेडिंग है चाहे मिलना है चाहे PCC गाला है do you think Punjabis are very decent के आराम नाल बैठ के शो देख रहे हैं नहीं ताली लगा दो जोर आवाज को भंगड़े की he's already ready the honor. So thank you to each and every individual who's in this room tonight, who have come out here to show that we as Punjabis are one. Congratulations to Gary for all the chapters. I'm going to keep it very sweet and brief. And Kucha and Shruti are going to run the show. Gary, at this point, for all the Punjabis in the house, can we please raise a toast? Your champagne glasses on your table. For all the Punjabis in the house, can we please raise a toast and cheers? Cheers, everybody, to every Punjabi here, and we're going to be celebrating Punjabi tonight. And without much ado, once again, a humble, sincere thank you. I hope you guys will savor and cherish tonight and be back here again, louder and better and bigger. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Zordariyan Tariya. Everybody, again, a huge round of applause to Jyoti Soni. Thank you so much.
So, बहुत कुछ कहने वाला है. सुनोगे क्या? ध्यान से सुनोगे. मेरे में आप पिंड वाले ज़्यादा फेवरेट हो गए हैं. गैरी वाला पासा, पटियाले वाला पासा ज़्यादा भारी है. So तालियां मार के दस्यो कि गैरी वाला पासा भारी है कि दादकियां वाला पासा. कहते हैं आप हम
ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀਅਤ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. ਸੋ ਵੀ ਆਰ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟਿੰਗ ਪੰਜਾਬ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀਅਤ. ਕਿੰਨੀ ਦੂਰ ਦੁਰਾਡੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਵੱਡੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਮਾਰੀਆਂ.
So we did so much. ਜਿਹੜਾ countless ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਗਿਣਤੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਮਿਣਤੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. So ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਅਰਜ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੀ, ਜੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਲੱਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਤਾਲੀ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਓ, ਨਾ ਵੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਲੱਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਤਾਲੀ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਓ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਵਤਨ ਸੰਭਾਲ. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਆ
ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਵਤਨ ਸੰਭਾਲ. ਇਹੀ ਕਿੱਸੇ ਦੁਹਰਾ ਦਿਓ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਠਾ ਕੇ ਨਾਲ.
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਫਨਕਾਰੀਆਂ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਫਨਕਾਰੀਆਂ, ਸਭਿਆਤਾ ਤੇ ਲਸਰ ਇਸ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਦੀ. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਨੇ ਫਨਕਾਰੀਆਂ, ਸਭਿਆਤਾ ਤੇ ਲਸਰ ਇਸ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਦੀ. ਲੋ ਫਿਰ ਮੁੜ ਆ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਿਲਪੀ.
ਫਿਰ ਮੁੜ ਆ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਿਲਪੀ, ਲੈ ਕੇ ਲਫ਼ਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੱਖੇ ਸੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਸੰਭਾਲ. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਦਕੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ
ਰੱਖਿਆ ਵਤਨ ਸੰਭਾਲ. ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. Thank you everyone. मेरा थोड़े नाल कोई मंडिया नहीं होने तुसी
नहीं प्यारियो, जिन्हें इधरले प्यारे ने ताड़ियां मार दो. सीटियां सीटियां. लो जी,
गुड इवनिंग हो गई है, मुलाकात हो गई है, सबका शुरुआत हो गई है. जिंदगी को कौन कौन प्यार करता है? Who loves your जिंदगी? The gratitude कि भी भाई जेड़े सारे they're very precious. कौन करता है जिंदगी को प्यार? जरा खड़े होके आप सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं. जिन्हें को प्यार कर रहे हो, इस जिंदगी को प्यार कर रहे हो, सारे खड़े हो जाओ, खड़े हो, खड़े हो. Everyone.
जिंदगी ने गिला करना जी कोई खड़ा ना होया ये बात. Beautiful beat to warm all these guys up. Zordar, ek sona ja music part before we invite our speaker on the stage.
Are we ready? We love our lives, everyone. A huge round of applause, everyone, for yourself. तालियां देना. पटियाले वालों जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. Can we have a song? 1, 2, 3, everyone.
Come on.
सल्ला ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੜੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ ਮਾਈ ਸੈਲਰੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਖੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਨੇ ਗਿਲਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਾ ਰੋਟੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਖਵਾਈ ਹੋਵੇ ਫੂਡ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਸਵਾਦ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸਪੀਕਰ ਨੂੰ very respectful ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਇੱਜ਼ਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਦ ਹਿਊਜ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੀਚ ਤੇ ਬੁਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ here my
Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, good evening. Should I just use this? I think so, you should. So that's a tough act to follow. Shilpa is a very tough act to follow. So I'm Indrapal Bhandari, Global Chief Data Officer, IBM. Can you hear me? Yes? Can you hear me? I was just saying that Shilpa is going to be a tough act to follow. So I'm Indrapal Bhandari, Global Chief Data Officer of IBM. So I'm here to tell you about technology and how it's changing our lives. So I first became Global Chief Data Officer for a healthcare company in 2006. At that point, there were only 4 of us globally that had that title. And now, of course, there literally are thousands of us, and I was fortunate to grow with the profession, and I was called to do this job now 4 times in 4 different organizations, IBM being the last. And it's all about digital transformation. That's what the Global Chief Data Officer does. It changes the organization to be digital. So what does it mean? And why should we care? Can you play the first video, please?
It is happening in our homes and offices, our schools, our stores, our cars, our planes, even in our pockets. It is happening in our supply chains and our security systems, in our workforce, in our weather, and in waves of the pandemic. Change. Change is all around us. Change is inevitable. There are those who are content to comfortably sit on the sidelines and watch change happen. And then there are those who lead it. Those who use technology in creative new ways. And what they've set their sights on changing will spark a radical reinvention of how we work and live. So let's get to it. Let's modernize business with the help of hybrid cloud. Let's simplify the way we work with automation and AI. Let's manage risk by taking cybersecurity threats head on. Let's activate a sustainability plan that's good for the planet and good for business. Let's fast forward to the future of computing and discover what's next. IBM. Let's create.
So, that's why we should care, because digitization is everywhere. But what is it? What is digitization? I'm going to use 3 examples for you, okay, to explain digitization. These are all companies you know. You know Uber, you know Airbnb, you know Meta, Facebook. Uber is the biggest taxi company in the world, but they don't own any taxis. Meta Facebook is the biggest social media company in the world, but it has no content. They don't create any content. They have content, they just don't create any content. Airbnb is the biggest real estate company in the world, but they don't own any real estate. That's the power of digitization. So no matter what we do, you can think of the interaction that used to be there in any business, in any process, but now with digitization, you have something in the middle that has disintermediated whatever the original process was. And so digitization is extremely powerful. You should kind of think of that something in the middle. What is it able to do, right? So maybe now we kind of start figuring out what is it that it helps you do. So I'm going to ask you to roll the second video, please. This is about a speech that I gave in Barcelona, except I was here in New Jersey, just like I'm with you today. So I was in New Jersey, watch this.
Speaker is joining us via hologram, brought to you by Trison. Inderpal Bhandari, he is the Global Chief Data Officer for IBM.
Welcome everyone. I am Inderpal Bhandari, Global Chief Data Officer of IBM. So that was in Barcelona while I was in New Jersey, and I appeared there via hologram. So that gives you an idea about what's coming with virtual reality, augmented reality. But again, it's all about digitization. Once you've digitized the experience, you're able to scale it up in many different ways, and it becomes extremely powerful. You can see how productive that speech was, because I could pretty much be anywhere in the world, maybe in multiple places at the same time, and actually appear real. So that gives you an idea of the productivity aspects of digitization. Now, let's talk about artificial intelligence. If you put artificial intelligence on top of the digitized simulation or similitude that you've made, it starts becoming very, very smart. So let's talk a little bit about artificial intelligence on top of digitization and what it is able to do. Let's play the third video, please.
Now we'll ask her, even a broken one of these on your wall is right twice a day. Watson, what is clock? Clock is correct, and with that you move up to 23,440. 18,200 for Ken, 5,600 for Brad.
That was 2011, when Watson essentially won Jeopardy, and that was a tricky question, right? It was about what's something that's broken but will tell the time twice correctly, 2 times a day, and it said clock. And you might think that, okay, that was 2011, now we're in 2022, 11 years later. It's got to be a lot more powerful, a lot more sophisticated, and it absolutely is. Now, instead of just natural language, these artificial intelligence programs can also work with video, audio, essentially unstructured data, not just data that's speech, but also video, audio, scene composition, and so forth. The next video I'm going to show you is about a movie trailer. There was a horror movie called Morgan, and this artificial intelligence program created the trailer all by itself. No human in the loop. Take a look at this trailer, see if it actually makes the hairs on your neck stand up or not, done just by computer. Next video, please.
It's for
exceeded our wildest expectations.
Nice to meet you, Morgan. I still love you, babe. Little baby, don't say a word. I have a 13-year-old daughter. You don't get to see her much anymore.
Skip, don't go in there, okay?
Oh, what?
Don't you go down there, Skip.
Don't be afraid, Amy. I have to go say goodbye to Mother.
So you see how powerful that technology is, artificial intelligence. So now it's able to process all kinds of data, whether it be speech, whether it be numbers, whether it be video, audio, and essentially put it all together, analyze it, put it all together, find patterns in that, which can then be used to address any walk of life. And I'm going to show you another video as to how it changes the world of sports.
Think of the US Open, they think of this.
Know that?
Yep, I even know why. You see, IBM Consulting worked with the US Open to build a platform of innovation. It uses hybrid cloud and AI to transport massive quantities of tennis data into match insights for all of the biggest matches.
Oh, like the likelihood to win predictions.
Yeah, or the IBM Power Index, which measures player momentum throughout
Otherwise, somebody will lose in that equation. The second piece of that is that they have to be fair. If they're dealing with data about human subjects, they have to be treated fairly. If there's a large retail organization trying to hire people, they use an AI program, there should be no bias in that program. That's another aspect of an AI program that you have to look for. Similarly, that it has to respect the privacy of individuals. Because what you start with might be very innocuous. Then you put an AI program to work and it discovers something. And what you discover might actually not be so innocuous. So there's a famous example of a large retailer who's looking at shopping patterns and then sends to the home of an individual some advertisements for prenatal vitamins. So they had inferred that this young lady was pregnant. It turned out that the young lady was only 16. So, the father finds out, he's extremely annoyed, and he comes over to the store, and then they end up suing the retailer, but it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, the young lady's privacy was totally violated. So you've got to make sure that these programs respect the privacy of individuals if they are dealing with data about people. So these are the reasons why it's extremely important that we become very literate about these technologies and we start using them. As we start using them in our everyday lives and leveraging them in the context of our business, this is essential that we do this stuff. So with that, I hope I managed to transmit some idea about what digitization and AI is about, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much. Shilpi, let's take it away with our next.
Thank you, everyone. Please give a huge round of applause to Entrepreneurial. Please, everyone, thank you. So we have another speaker. I know you're having good evening, enjoying the evening, but yes, it's important to listen to them, important stuff as well. They came like so far, they've done so much, but we need to really to listen to them. So please, as we just said, pay attention. It's a strict instruction. So Zora Talia for Entrepreneurial. Thank you. So I would like to thank you, our sponsors. I wanted to say sign and appreciate karo. So our platinum sponsors, Gala Energy. So Talia, a huge round of applause for everyone, please. Jhatkare continue hoega Talia, please, and thank you. Cash Republic, Rochelle Bank, Applied Earth Solutions Inc., Standard Gas and Electric. Gold sponsors are Commercial Capital Funding Group, they are my favorites. Global Realty Services, please huge round of applause to everyone. Nanki and Danki, please play your roles. They are actually, we need your attention too, very importantly. Thank you so much. So, silver sponsors, Agora Hospitality Group, GOA, Sexy Indian, bronze sponsors, City National Bank, Oaks Insurance Group, D. Mary Gold, Moksha Technologies, Pastricia and LLC, Rampur Distillery, SG Worldwide. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you so much once again. So we have our next speaker. If you can hear me, I would love to welcome you on the stage, Mr. Sameet Singh, CEO and board member of our technology. Please welcome on the stage. Sameet Singh, thank you.
So I know I stand between you and Jazz and B, so Gary told me to talk for 15 minutes. I'm going to try to make this a little faster. The topic I was given was talking a bit about my career and what it's related to the job that I'm in now, and just maybe give one or two lessons. So I think the simplest way that is tell you quickly about my career. And it's not linear, it's very circuitous. I grew up in New York. I started out, I went to Cornell, and then I went on Wall Street because I thought I wanted to be Warren Buffett. And within a few years of Wall Street, I realized that I was an entrepreneur. And I left and started a company. And it was a very traditional Silicon Valley experience. We had an idea, we raised money, we had great highs, tremendous lows, but then it worked. And I got to step back and say, hey, what do I want to do with my life? And I thought I wanted to be an investor, take it a little bit easy. And so I started investing, and a couple of years after I got going, I started getting calls to join the boards of companies. And one of those calls was a company called PAR. And I got the call, and when they first called me, I said, you know, maybe this isn't that exciting. It's kind of an industry I don't understand. But the founder of PAR called me. He said this to my face, and he said, listen, I'm 85 years old. I've made more money than I ever dreamed of. Never in my life would I ever imagine putting someone on my board who looks like. And I'm willing to admit the world has changed, and I hope you can embrace that change. And I thought, hey, wow, this is a guy who clearly had some bias, who's willing to see that the world is changing, and he said, okay. And so I said, let's try it. And so I joined the board of this company, and you know, when you join the board of the company, you're thinking it's going to be easy, it's going to be fun, you get to go to fancy dinners, hang out, you know, it's very prestigious, put it on your LinkedIn. But I joined the board, and all hell breaks loose. No joke, within 6 weeks of joining the board, the CFO went to jail for stealing money. The company was under investigation for bribery and corruption in China and Singapore. An activist hedge fund came in and started putting pictures of the CEO with a stock chart going down saying, this is your CEO, do you want this outside the office? And I walked in and I called the board and I said, hey, I know I'm the new guy here, but what is going on? You sold me on this rosy story. And so I said, I want to go meet the company. What's going on here? And so I go and I fly up and I meet the management team. And I come back to the board and I said, I got the solution. We're selling the company. This is a disaster. And they said, why? And I said, well, I have 3 reasons. One is, while we are a $200 million company, there's only $5 million of real revenue here that matters, which is the software business we're building. And we have no business being in the software business. We have no clue what we're doing. Our customers hate it. Our employees hate it. We should get out of here. The second reason was, I went to the board and I said, we're structurally set up for failure. We have no money. We have a company that nobody wants to work at. And they said, well, what do you mean nobody wants to work there? Well, I said, I went to the top 10 executives and I asked each one of them, what's the best job you've ever had? And not one of them said their current job. Now, mind you, I'm on the board and I help determine their compensation, and I figured they'd lie to me and say this is the best job I've ever had. But not one person said that. And then I asked them all, what's the vision? What's the plan? And I got 10 different answers. And so I went to the board and said, listen, even if we got it right, people hate working here and they have no idea where we're going. And then the third thing I said is too much distraction. If you Google the company, all you hear is bad stuff, lawsuits, jail. The company's a disaster. And so I started to sell. The board comes back and says, that's all great. We want to find a new CEO. We want to keep going. And so for 6 months, we went out looking for a CEO. And lo and behold, we found 0 candidates. Nobody wanted the job. So when I became the CEO of the company, I was there for one explicit reason, to sell the company and get out. And so when I get there, I meet everybody the first day, thinking it's going to be an easy thing. There's these investment bankers hired, they'll sell it. And my last meeting is with the CFO, and the CFO comes to me and says, hey, it's great to meet you. We have 10 weeks of cash left. Is that enough time to sell the company? And I look at him and said, in 10 weeks, we're not even going to have finished the presentation. And so for whatever reason it was, it took a survival moment in my mind and said, I'm going to make this work because this can't go bad on my name. And you know, fast forward, we step in, we recreated the company, restructured our debt, sold off assets, blah, 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 blah. But most importantly, we created a vision and a strategy and a culture that people could get aligned behind. And the bankers came back, they said, hey, bad news, nobody wants to pay more than your stock price for your stock. And I said, no problem, I want to try to build this into a platform. And I could wax on and tell you this great story, but you know, if you fast forward 3 years later, we've now become, you know, from a bankrupt company to $1 billion company in 2 years. The employees have won, the customers have won, and so, and again, I could go on for hours and hours how I had to have a security detail because people wanted to kill me, lots of funny stories. But I promised Gary that I would give you a couple real reasons of what I think, why I'm grateful to be in this community, but also a piece of advice. And the first piece of advice I have that I really stick to is, it's called being in the arena. Teddy Roosevelt has this quote called the man in the arena, and everybody should read it. But the quote essentially goes like this, which is, I'd rather be the boxer who lost, who's on the ground covered in mud and dust, than be a spectator on the outside. And if I look at my life, that has really been the key to my life. For me, this was not natural. For me, this was one of completely from sort of built to me. When I was 13 years old, I had become a tennis player. And my father got
us and says, all right, you want to be a tennis player? Drop out of school. I'm going to ship you to a tennis academy and go try to become the best player in the world. And to test that out, he sends us, me and my brother, away to Virginia. We live by ourselves. We're literally 12, 13 years old, and we try to play tennis. And then my mom, who's a more traditional, conservative Indian mother, says, come back, you're coming back home. And so we come back home. So we come back home, school starts, and my dad starts waking us up at 5 in the morning. He says, go run, I'm gonna bike behind you. Then after school, he picks us up. We're thinking Dad's giving us a ride home. This is weird. He comes halfway from home, drops off and says, go run home. And he kept pushing us. Now, every Indian parent pushes, but my dad wasn't pushing us to be the annoying Indian parent. The reason he was pushing us is because he was teaching us that if you want to be in the ring, you have to be ready for it. And now that I think years later,
I remember winning a really big tennis tournament. I had a trophy, and I go to my dad. I said, Dad, I won this tournament. He says, well, Leonard Pace just won bronze at the Olympics. What do you do? Then, a couple years after,
I get into Cornell, I'm like, Dad, I got into Cornell. And he says, what happened to Harvard? And then years later, literally a year ago, I called my dad and said, Dad, we took this rinky-dinky, crappy company par from bankruptcy to $1 billion. What do you think? And he's like, Sundar Pichai is running Google. What am I going to tell my friends? And again, it was never about trying to be annoying. It was always about letting me know that the expectation was there, and if we raised our hand, we could be there. So it's something I really do believe, which is you have to raise your hand. You'll never get the opportunity. You'll never get the girl, whatever it is. My second piece of advice, the one that I really, really believe in for the rest of my life, is that today you've heard from a great speaker, you've heard myself, all these people are really accomplished. But what these events do an incredible disservice to is that success is not all individual. If I asked you all, why was Bill Gates Bill Gates? You might say he was the smartest man in the world, and he might be.
you might say he's the hardest worker, and you truly might be what stuff produced in the days.
But it might also have been because he went to one of the first high schools in America that had a computer. And of all those three elements, he was given that circumstance. Now, he would have been successful no matter what. He was smart, driven, but it's that circumstance. And as I stand before a community event like this, in my life, I could tell you I worked hard, and I promise you I did. I skipped weddings, events, I missed games, friendships. I lost friendships, relationships. I was always working, always grinding. And I could say, oh, I'm up here because it was me, but it was not. I was born into this community that was incredibly supportive. I was born to the father that you just heard who made me who I am. But I was also born as sick, and I was given this hukam and this kippa, and it was not me. I didn't choose my parents. I didn't choose to be born in this country. And so my goal in saying this is that every single person here is successful. Everyone here has accomplished something. But if you can remove the individuality of that success, you should leave with one goal, which is you should create that circumstance for somebody else, because not everyone else has been given that circumstance. So, thank you.
Again, a huge round of applause for Savneet Singh. We are
so hard. So, let's call on our next speaker, our very own Jyoti Badani, founder and managing director of Fresh River. A huge round of applause to Jyoti Badani.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Yes? Yes! Okay, so first of all, my apologies for my voice. I actually lost my voice 3 days ago, and I'm just getting it back. But in the meantime, because I lost my voice, I'm hearing someone talking. Who's talking? Would you like to come up here? I'd love to hear what you're saying. Help me save my voice. Can I have your attention, please? Because I have a very precious set of vocal cords left. So I would really appreciate some attention. I won't take too much time. In fact, I'm going to time myself. Okay, so 3 days ago, I'm panicking. I'm going to lose my voice. What am I going to say here? So I called upon a friend, and I wrote out my talk, and I said, can you close that door, please? So I called upon a friend, And I said, hey, in case I can't talk, can you please help me out? So here's what he recorded.
Hi, everyone. I hope you are having a great evening. So far, this is Jody Balani. She apologizes in advance for having me speak on her behalf. She lost her voice earlier this week, and she asked me to using the power of AI-enabled text-to-speech technology to share her thoughts with you. To begin, Jody wants to explain this image. She found Kyrag's work on a website called Unsplash, where artists from all over the world share their art. The way we give back is by
Hey, Mr. DJ, can you please put my slide on? All right. Is my sound gone? The sound's gone now. The sound is gone. I guess we're doing image or sound?
So far, this is Jody Balani. She apologizes in advance for having me speak on her behalf. She lost her voice earlier this week, and she asked me to using the power of AI-enabled text-to-speech technology to share her thoughts with you. To begin, Jody wants to explain this image. She found Kyrag's work on a website called Unsplash, where artists from all over the world share their art. The way we give back is sharing it with the world as we're doing now. Throughout this presentation, all the images you see are by artists from all over the world, and we salute them for helping me share my story.
Who can tell me who that is? Who did that sound like? Anyone? Sorry? Obama. So Obama is my friend, Barack Obama, recorded this. Do you really think Barack Obama recorded this for me? No. It took me 5 minutes, $0, and I had Barack Obama speak for me. I can make him say anything I want. I can take your voices and clone them. What you might think is it's cool, because I say AI is cool and creepy. What a lot of people don't realize, and in the apology we're saying the same thing, is there's a lot of power in technology, but what a lot of people don't realize, we are in what is being called the exponential age. I want everybody to really think about that. Exponential age. You know, we're 10 years into the cloud computing. If you're just getting on it, you're 10 years too late. The internet was 25 years ago. The exponential age is in the next 5 years or less. How many lawyers in the house? Let me see your hands. Lawyers. Bankers. I think there's a matrimony site too, I think, right? I think I saw that. How many retailers in the house? What do you people do? My point here is all your businesses are going to change massively because technologies like these already exist. They have existed for the last few years and they're getting better and better. So if you think about voice cloning, deep fakes, how many of you know what deep fakes are? Oh, you guys should look up. I don't see a lot of hands up. Deep fakes are going to change and radicalize the entire world politically, socially, economically. All of you should be paying attention to what is being said here today because we're in a massive change. I went to the website of PCC and I said, what is the mission? The mission is community capacity and capital. The 3 C's. It's under redefinition. At least these 3 things are going to massively change
your world, your businesses. How many of you know the story of Blockbuster? Anybody get Blockbuster still? I think there's one store in like the US. Do you know why Blockbuster got decimated? They thought Netflix was a little piddly thing.
It took a while, but it destroyed them. The change here is, it's not going to take that long for your businesses to get destroyed. There are competitors out
there who can do mortgages, who can do banking, faster, better, cheaper than you can right now. So if you think just getting on the cloud is, being the next gen IT, you're not. You're already behind. Let's move on. So all these pictures up here, by the way, all the images I'm going to show you are from artists from all over the world. There's an amazing website called Unsplash, where artists put their work on, and people who use their work credit it to them. This is the new way. And the reason why I chose these pictures, I was born in Ajmer. I'm Sindhi and an honorary Punjabi. I grew up in the Middle East. We went to the Gurudwara every Sunday. So I grew up learning about Guru Nanak. We went to the mandir. We also lived in the Middle East, so we learned about
Islam. So I'm a global citizen.
I do believe, Gary, what you have created is very needed, because as a community you won't survive. I had the same talk
in Guatemala about a month ago. Latin America is also rising. India is looking to rise. I'm working with people in India, Latin America, because the jobs that are being created in these spaces
are wide open. It's greenfield. So being part of these
communities is really important. It's not just about for yourself.
Communities where people are, it's all about me. But you actually don't have a choice. You're going to
have to band together, because nobody can do this alone.
So I want to describe to you what the exponential age means. By the way, there's a book called Exponential by Azim Azhar. Highly recommend.
It will explain to you what is going on. There are changes happening for the last couple of years that will accelerate.
Next 3 to 4 years will have a
massive impact.
The reason why it's going to have a massive impact is because we don't see it coming. Humans cannot adapt to the changes that are being.
You talk about holograms. You talk about deep fakes. Do you know the application? It's our imagination.
There's a lot of good stuff you can do with it, but boy, you can do a lot
of bad stuff with it. Think about political structures. Think about if you had Biden saying something that he didn't, or Narendra Modi saying something he didn't. It could start literally wars.
So this is not our time to sit back and say, hey, everything's great, we got money in the bank. We're really in a crisis. A lot of people don't realize it, but people who are in technology,
all day long. So what I do, I found my
5 years ago, I was in corporate for 20 years. Usual
computer science, graduate,
software engineer. I grew up in the telecommunications world.
I started my company and I started realizing, as a consulting company, we do exponential
age work. We are building AI systems. We are using data. We are deploying technologies that are destroying jobs. We literally do that every day. I had a data center leader ask me, can you replace 30% of our workforce? 30%. This is one of the largest
healthcare providers in the country. So if those many jobs are going to be destroyed, by the way, the World Economic Forum, look it up, statistics. By 2025, 85 million existing jobs will be destroyed. 97 million new jobs will be created. Where are those jobs going to go?
The jobs that are destroyed, unemployment rates are going through the roof, we're in a recession already. All the signals are there. So our ability to keep up is going to require something very different. Can you move on? Economics are going to be transformed. It's unprecedented. We can't even fathom what it'll be like to have 85 million people out of work, 97 million jobs that cannot be filled today because the education system is broken. I have interns from Ivy League schools that intern with me and tell me they are not learning what they're learning doing projects with us in school. That's a problem. So for you and your kids, you need to be paying attention. We're going to have problems in society, business, economic, every structure. This is really, really unprecedented. So I'm going to go back to human values. This is not for me, between the drinks everybody's having. I notice that there's whiskey bottles on every table, you know, it's not just whiskey, a sad story. So it's not about creating fear, but it's about having courage, because we are in uncertain times. There's nobody who can go this alone. The big tech companies are in control, but we need to have antidotes, and people like us need to get involved. Hope and trust. You know, I always tell people, you know how long it took us to go from farm to factories? 100 years. How do you think farmers felt when factories were taken over, there was manufacturing, right? There was automation. That took 100 years. It's like, okay, one generation, 2 generations. It took 50 years for our communications to change, right? From the first phone call to now look at the bandwidth we enjoy. It took 25 years for the internet. But there was change always, but it took time, multiple generations. 10 years, digitization's been happening for 10 years. You know, the cloud was born 10 years ago. We're on the 5-year mark now. You can't even imagine how do you adapt to that change. To me, this is very crucial that we all evaluate our human values together. Not because it's nice to do, but it's absolutely critical. So I believe, this is my philosophy, that we're all born into the earth bestowed with superpowers. And we spend a lifetime discovering them, solving problems, to leave the world in a better place than we found it. That's what I believe. One of the superpowers we all need to have is kindness. To ourselves and each other. Mental health issues are rampant. Not just with people in the lower levels and echelons of society, but well-paid folks, knowledge workers. Not having time to go to the bathroom, meeting after meeting. I know because I lived it for 20 years and I got the heck out. But being a consulting company, when we go in, we watch what's going on. It is really horrible. It comes down, in some ways, to some sort of slavery, which I will talk about in a minute. The other thing that we're dealing with is a lot of racism. I mean, these are all Punjabis in the house, right? Yeah! How much do we discriminate with each other? How much do we discriminate between North and South, and East and West? Heartland in the U.S. versus the coastlines, right? This is going to be a problem. What has divided and polarized us is also going to be what needs to get fixed. Not overnight, you know, I'm an optimist, but I know it's going to take some time, but we need to turn that around. So let me talk about, and I'm actually writing a book on this because this has been happening slowly but surely, digital slavery. So let me tell you a quick story. There's a young lady I hired last year for a project for a Fortune 100 company. She told me she was hired by one of the big tech companies to work on their smart speaker AI program right out of school for $14 an hour. 4 years later, they were paying her $23 an hour. She was working 2 other jobs to make ends meet. AI. I hired her, doubled her salary, and I said, I don't want you working another job. Smart girl. People sitting behind their desks for hours at end. Being monitored now, remote work is great in one way, but terrible in others, because there's now surveillance. Are people sitting in their seats? So even though they don't have to come to the office, they have to be in their seats. That's slavery. If you think about it, you don't have time to get up, to go eat, to go to the bathroom. So you're going to find people looking for new kinds of jobs. When the internet was born, there's low-paid workers that actually go through images and they sift so that harmful things don't show up when we do searches, right? So there's a new kind of world being formed where people are trying to figure out what jobs they're going to have. So we work with a lot of Fortune 100 companies for the last couple of years. Now we've got more companies coming in, small, medium businesses as well are trying to catch up. Is how do you leverage automation? But there's a reason why automation is needed and why not. Just because you can doesn't mean it should, right? You got to think about not just the economic aspects, but the ethical and the emotional intelligence that's needed to make those decisions. This stuff is already there. So I'll give you examples of some of the work that we've done. Clients are telling us, just go replace our agents in the call center. Go change our old IVR phone lines and put these intelligent systems in. We can do it. And their employees are getting laid off. And we turn around and we ask them, what are you going to do? How are you going to retrain them? They said, we don't have any programs in place, right? AR and VR, right? Gaming is huge. There's a lot of use cases around here. You just have to imagine how you can solve problems with these technologies. Let's go to the next one. And of course the financial systems, right? Gonna have to rethink. Well, I know we're in a crypto winter right now, for those of you who have played with that, but it's here. It has passed the litmus test of adoption. People are looking for equity. People are looking for new ways to make money. So I thought this was really fun. I had artists gift this to me. They created NFTs in my likeness. And I'll be able to trade this. Digital art, right? You can't even imagine, like, what's the purpose of it? But people are doing it. People are finding new ways to be creative. So what I say is, we create our own realities. There's billions of them. You pick what you want to do. Nothing's going to be the same. It's coming. Don't take my word for it. Just go read up what the World Economic Forum is saying. Read this book. Just go and look at it. Reality is shifting massively. Exponential change is such where it begins slowly, but once it starts hitting that S-curve, there's nothing stopping it. So what do you think your superpower is? Reevaluate. You do a certain job right now, you might have a hobby, but I would hazard a guess that I think you have more than you think. Mentorship and apprenticeship, something Gary brought up. I will say it again, our education systems are broken. The education your kids are getting right now are not going to prepare them for those 97 million jobs. Guaranteed. If I have Ivy League kids today who are graduating saying they're not ready, the kids that are going through the same old education system are not going to get there. And there's no quick fix there. Mentorship. We need more programs around mentorship and apprenticeship. I say use your voice. You know, I know we've all been very cushy with our jobs and businesses. It's been pretty much the same the last 20, 25 years. It's not going to be like that anymore. And let's not leave anyone behind. This is not just about us. Don't leave anyone behind. Give someone a hand to raise them up to the next level. And that's how humanity is going to win. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So proud of all these speakers. A huge round of applause for everyone. Everyone. They've come so far. They've come so far. ਇੰਨੀ ਦੂਰ ਆ ਗਏ. ਇੰਨੀ knowledge ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ I wish I passed my 10th grade so I could do better. है ना? So that's the only job I have right now. So please, this is not bad. So ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਤਾੜੀਆਂ ਲਗਾ ਦਿਓ. DJ Kucha, hey Kucha, we are doing the best we can. Okay, so our last speaker of the evening, I really wanted to say this when I saw his profile. Where he started his journey when he was only 19. Oh, I don't know, when I was 19, I was dating someone. I wish पढ़ लिख लिया होंदा ते कुछ होना वर्गे बन गए होंदे. So कहंदे ने जिंदगी च चाह होने बड़े जरूरी है.
जिंदगी च चाह शौक ड्रीम्स होने बड़े जरूरी है ते जिंदगी च राह होने भी बड़े जरूरी है ते उन्हां चाहां ते
राहां नूं मिलाउण वास्ते साह होने बड़े जरूरी है.
क्या बात है.
So जिन्ना चਿਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਾਹ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਨੇ keep going, keep
trying, do your best. ਇੰਨੀ ਸਾਰੀ knowledge ਇਕੱਠੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹਜਮ ਵੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ. But I'm trying my level best to what I can get out of it. So our next speaker, last speaker of tonight, मैं आगे बोलती रहूँगी. I was exceptional.
So मैं पंजवीं स्पीकर थी आज दी. So ना देर करते होया, without any delay, please give a huge round of applause to Trishni Arora, founder and CEO of Tax Security.
Good evening, everyone. Who can speak Punjabi here in the house? Yeah. Thank you. So, मैं पंजाबी से गल करूँगा. Better है. पंजाबी चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स है, बट पंजाबी कोई बोल नहीं रहा, मैं देख रहे हैं. गिविंग अपने बारे दसदा, मैं फाउंडर एंड CEO ऑफ टैक्स सिक्योरिटी, a cyber security firm headquartered in San Francisco now, started in India. Thanks to digitalization in India, जिसकी वजह करके साड़ी कंपनी बहुत progressive approach follow करके all the banking applications we are protecting in the country in India, and we are only cyber
company from India who's also protecting the United States government. So we work for various state government departments here. So I'm still back and forth, Mumbai.
चंडीगढ़ ते सैन फ्रांसिस्को कर रहे हैं. 15 दिन इत्थे 15 दिन उत्थे.
I think let's start with problem. I think Gary has told कि community building
चैलेंज है ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚੈਂਬਰਸ ਆਫ ਕਮਰਸ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਬਟ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਦੀ ਹੈ. बहुत जरूरी है ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਬਿਲਡ ਕਰਨਾ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਲੀ ਹਾਲ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ, ਇਹ 15-20 ਮਿੰਟ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਪੂਰਾ ਹਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜ਼ੈਜ਼ੀ ਬੀ ਵੁੱਡ ਬੀ ਹੇਅਰ. ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ. ਮੈਂ ਉਸ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਦਾ. I could not say no to Gary. I was not keeping well, but still could make it.
Gary made it happen.
ਜ਼ੈਜ਼ੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਜ਼ੈਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਵੁੱਡ ਬੀ ਹੇਅਰ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਹਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੱਕ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਬਟ
when Mr. Bhandari was speaking, nobody was giving me attention. This is mindset problem. मैं stories सुनाऊंगा मेरे बहुत favorite है.
हमेशा ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਟੀਮਮੇਟਸ ਨਾਲ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਨੈਕਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਇਹ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਮੈਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਥੋੜੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਲੈਟਸ ਸੇ 15-20 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਹੀ ਸੈਡ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਨਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਚੇਂਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ 30 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਦੇਸ਼
मेरा देश चेंज सारे देश चेंज पूरी दुनिया चेंज 40 साल का हो गया नहीं कर पाया फिर कहता मैं
देश ज़्यादा बड़ा है मैं स्टेट तो स्टार्ट करदा मैं पहला
स्टेट चेंज करूँगा फिर दूसरी स्टेट चेंज होगी फिर कंट्री चेंज होगी वो कंट्री चेंज होगी दुनिया चेंज
होगी 50 साल का हो जाता है कहना नहीं स्टेट ज़्यादा बड़ा टास्क होंदा है
मैं अपनी सिटी को स्टार्ट करता सिटी चेंज दूसरी सिटी चेंज स्टेट चेंज कंट्री चेंज
पूरी दुनिया चेंज हो जू 65-70 साल का हो जाता है अपने बच्चों नाल बैठा होंदा कहना मैं अगला पिंड अगला शहर अगला देश पूरी दुनिया चेंज जो 75 साल का हो जाता है अपने पोते पोतियां नाल बैठा होंदा कहना प्रॉब्लम ये सी मैं पूरी दुनिया
मैं एक चीज चेंज करना पूरी दुनिया चेंज करती मेरे पास अपने आप को चेंज करना अपना माइंडसेट चेंज करना सर कम्युनिटी बिल्ड करना ऑफ इट्स वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट स्पेशली कम्युनिटी लाइक पंजाबी मैं पढ़ रहा सी गिले रही और अब गिले सुनने अपन कोई देसी कम्युनिटी
ये माइंडसेट है बट Adani Energy is also global now third richest person in the world ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਅੱਛਾ ਛੋਟੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਦੇਸੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਅਦਾਨੀ 6 ਸੋ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਬੈਕ ਟੂ ਦ ਪੰਜਾਬ
I was talking to Chief Minister the other day
ago ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਮਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਨਵੇਂ ਸੀਐਮ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਵੀਂ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਹੈ ਨਵੀਂ ਸੋਚ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਬਿਲਡ ਅ
ਮਾਹੌਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਭੱਜਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਨਹੀਂ
ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਉਹੀ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਲੈਂਡ ਆਫ ਓਪਰਚੁਨਿਟੀਜ਼ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੀ ਬਣਾਈ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਵੰਡ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵੰਡਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ 1947 ਚ ਵੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ ਵੰਡ ਪਾਕਿਸਤਾਨ ਦੀ ਵੰਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ ਪੰਜਾਬ
I feel like ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਹੀ ਵੰਡ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਅੱਧਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਅੱਧਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ UK ਚਲਾ ਗਿਆ ਬੱਚਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ ਵੰਡ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਵੰਡ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀ ਇਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਤੇ ਹੁਕੂਮਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਚਾਹਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਵੰਡ ਹੋਵੇ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ
ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ 'ਚ ਹੈ ਕੀ अपना एक क्वेश्चन हमेशा होंदा है भी पंजाब च है कि गैरी हैज स्पोकन अ वेरी राइट थिंग
कि सानू बल्ले बल्ले इतना खोलिया जाता है बट जो मिस्टर भंडारी
स्पीकिंग द पीपल शुड हैव गिवन अटेंशन टू हिम जे ਅਸੀਂ ਨਵੀਂ ਚੀਜ਼ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਵੀਂ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਸੋਚਣੀ ਪਊਗੀ ਸਿਰਫ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਊਗਾ
गाना ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਗਾਣਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਗਾਣਾ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਹੋਊਗਾ people will back and in the house. So problem चलो कोई बात नहीं मेरा मोटिव नहीं है मेरा मोटिव है I'm come here to interact with my community
ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਇਹ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਵਰਸਟਾਈਜ਼ ਟੀਮ ਹੈ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿ ਗੁਜਰਾਤ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਟੀਮ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਆਲ ਟੁਗੇਦਰ ਮੇਰੀ ਕੋਰ ਟੀਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 4 ਗੁਜਰਾਤੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਆਈ ਸੀ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਵੈਰੀ ਕਨੈਕਟਡ ਟੂ ਈਚ ਅਦਰ ਦੇ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਡੋਂਟ ਫਾਈਟ ਮੈਂ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰਦਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠ
ਮਾਈਂਡਸੈਟ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ
ਕਮਿੰਗ ਬੈਕ ਸਰ अपना घर जे गंदा होवे आपां कहने पंजाब च कुछ नहीं रखा पंजाब च इदां है पंजाब च उदां है ਜੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਘਰ ਗੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਘਰ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਗੁਆਂਢੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ, अपना घर ही साफ करते हैं. सो बेटर टू स्टे बैक इन पंजाब. मेरी तो ये रिक्वेस्ट है.
मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ ऐसे रहना, उसको भी रहना, अपना घर भी साफ करूँगा, ओके भी रहूँगा, जगह साफ नहीं कर पाऊँगा, काम ही रहूँगा. मेरा पंजाब है, मेरा घर है.
गुआंढिया के घर में मेहमान ही होऊंगा, भावें मैं कहना जाके अमेरिका आके ਇੱਥੇ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਣ ਜਾਈਏ, ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ
ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਾਡੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, which is back in ਪੰਜਾਬ. ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ all ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਕਸੈਸਫੁਲੀ ਬਿਜ਼ਨੈਸਿਸ ਰਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ. ਮੇਰੀ ਅਰਜ਼ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਰਿਕਵੈਸਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ
ਸੋ ਵੀ ਬਿਲਡ ਮਾਹੌਲ. ਸੋ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ. ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਯੂ ਨੀਡ ਰਿਸੋਰਸਿਸ ਬੈਕ ਇਨ ਪੰਜਾਬ.
ਹਾਲੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣਾ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਲਗਾਓ, ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਹਾਇਰ ਪੀਪਲ, ਯੂ ਕੈਨ ਡੂ ਦੈਟ. ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਆਪਣਾ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟੁੱਟੋਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਰਹਿ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਪਰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਊਗਾ. ਸੋ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਵੇਜ਼ ਟੂ
I don't know what else to speak, but very fond of I was fond of interacting with everybody, and Punjabi community का बहुत अच्छा चांस मिल रहा है कि US आके Punjabi community
इंटरेक्ट करना पवे. पहली गल तो शुक्र है मैं पंजाबी बोल रहा पूरे एक हफ्ते तो. I was with Madam Vice President on Tuesday, then I was with Governor in New Mexico. कल मेरी एम्बेसडर साहब ਨਾਲ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ ਸੀ. इंग्लिश बोल के मैं भी थक जाना, तो पंजाबी बोल के थोड़ा जिहा दिल हल्का हो रहा. पंजाबी बोलिया करिए, चंगा लगता. मैं पहले इतने मैंने फ्लोर पर मिलिया, कहते दिस इज़ पंजाबी गाला नाइट. मैं कहा ओके, पर फिर पंजाबी च बोलो ना, जो पंजाबी गाला नाइट है, दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. I'll go back what we do. So again, cybersecurity firm. So we are working on a different technology, machine learning, insurance, artificial intelligence. So जितना तुम सारे सिबिल स्कोरिंग या फाइनेंशियल स्कोरिंग सिस्टम यूज़ कर रहे हो, इदां ही फ्यूचर दे विच तुसीं साइबर स्कोरिंग यूज़ करोगे, एंड इनडायरेक्टली एंड डायरेक्टली साडी कंपनी नूं तुसीं यूज़ करोगे टैक्स सिक्योरिटी नूं. सो I hope कि तुहाडे नाल कोई साइबर इशू ना होए, but if there ever happens occur, I'm always there to help. Yeah, so hopefully इतने ही चांस मिलता रहे, आप पंजाबी इंटरेक्ट करते रहिए, not only for alcohol या cocktail, but for thought sharing, knowledge sharing, community building. That is very important. Capital is not only in the bank. Capital, all over the capital is here.
If you don't use it, you don't use anything. So a community capital build करेगी, knowledge to build the capital. So मेरी उम्मीद है कि इतना सेशन बहुत मिले हैं.
ते पंजाबी कम्युनिटी नाल अमेरिका च इंटरेक्ट का मौका मिलता रहे. थैंक यू. सत श्री अकाल. वाहिगुरू जी.
क्या बात है. तो जोरदार तालियां लगाओ.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਬਣਨੇ ਬੰਦ.
So जोरदार तालियां प्रदर्शनी.
So I know she said that that was our last speaker. Those were the 4 official speakers. Obviously, we have to thank the people, the backbone of this organization. The backbone. When I say backbone, I'm talking about Gill Energy. Ladies and gentlemen, Bikram Gill, Kashmir Gill, and Ravi Gill. A round of applause for them. Where are they? A round of applause for them. Please, gentlemen, if you could please rise, come over here. I know you don't want to speak, but please rise for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, these are backbones of the community. Come over here. Come on up here for 1 second. All 3 of you, please. Ladies and gentlemen, पता की है पंजाबी ऊपर आते हैं तो थोड़ियां तारियां मार दिया करो सारे, कुछ नहीं लगता. That's it. Sir ji,
Thank you.
I would have you come over here. I know we don't want to say a few words, but a round of applause. If you please join them for a picture, because these guys are the reason why we can do stuff like this and make sure that we all stay together. A round of applause for Gala Energy. Thank you so much, sir. A round of applause for them. Thank you, sir. Once again, Gala Energy. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have Cash Republic. Hello, Prasad and Len Davenport. Where are you guys? Come on down. Somebody make some noise for them. Gentlemen, come up here. I want to have you say a few words. Mr. Davenport.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Len Davenport. I'm the CEO and president of Rochelle Bank, and we're very proud to be an important sponsor of this wonderful event. And I'm here with my lovely wife Heidi, who's here. And thank you, Gary, and many thanks to Vikram. He is on our board of directors. He's a co-investor and one of the driving forces of our bank. And I look across the room here and I see so many entrepreneurs, first generation wealth, creators of wealth. And we heard so many wonderful speakers talking about their story. Well, most large banks in the United States serve corporations and they serve their employees. And we decided that very few banks are serving the entrepreneurs, those creators of wealth. So about a dozen of us entrepreneurs, and I'm one of those entrepreneurs, came together to buy a bank in the United States of America. And if you think about it, in 1984, there was about 14,000 banks in the United States. There are now less than 4,000 banks in the United States. It is a very rigorous and difficult process to purchase a bank, and we were fortunate enough to be able to do that. We bought the bank last year. We've completely transformed it to do business for entrepreneurs. We can do business with anyone here in the United States. And we're just so delighted to be part of this community and want to thank Vikram for all of his contributions. Us investors and entrepreneurs also have a sister company to serve the entrepreneurs' employees. And I'm delighted to introduce the CEO of our sister company, Alok Prasad, to talk about Cash Republic. Thanks, Len.
Good evening, everyone. And, we are very excited to support the Punjabi Samaj and be a sponsor. And thanks to Gary for phenomenal event here. As Len was talking about, he is running a very sophisticated bank focused on entrepreneurs. We have a fintech company that focuses on the rest of the world. People who are hardworking individuals. We offer free banking service. We heard a lot about what we need to do to move everyone forward. And I'm proud to say that Cash Republic, at Cash Republic, we offer free banking services for everyone. We have Bikramji, who is an investor. When we launched a product, he welcomed us to New Jersey and to his business and said, why did you offer this to all my employees? And he kind of demonstrated the commitment to truly do SEVA for everyone in the community. So we are proud to be offering free banking services. It's very powerful. It comes with a virtual bank account and a free debit card, and consumers can withdraw money at 36,000 ATMs across the country for free. And so we firmly believe that everybody deserves to be in a cashless economy. We heard a lot about that today, that everybody needs to move forward and we need to move our community forward. So we are proud to be a sponsor here and to be able to offer services, banking services for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh, gee. It's time.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to introduce to you the guy who's been there as the first few trustees got together. He was the backbone supporting
Gary all the way through. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man made so many trips to make sure that Long Island was represented with a few other people down here. Please put your hands together for Raj.
Wow.
My name is Raj Wadhwa, and I'm a commercial real estate broker. I have been in this business for over a decade, and I've seen all kinds of situations in commercial real estate. Here at GRS, our goal is to make sure we have all the knowledge in order to direct our clients to the best direction. This is why we take pride in our phrase, built on trust. This is what we are doing here. Our clients have trusted us over the years to help them with their business ventures and investments. Whether it's investment sales, triple nets, shopping centers, multifamily warehouses, offices, retail leasings, restaurants, we do it all. We even help you to connect with local or international franchises. Trust in us and trust in GRS.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I want to say thank you to a couple of people who put this together. Besides Gary got a lot of thanks, but the Team India and Sunny Malhotra didn't get a thanks tonight, which they deserve a lot. A lot of you guys don't know, the Team India has put tons of hours to put this event together, and our guy Sunny, I don't see him very easily.
Wherever he is, he deserves a big thank you also from all of us, from all of our trustees.
Gary asked me to speak something and I didn't know what to talk. So
I'm just going to take a quick minute and tell you guys a little small story about myself. About 8 years ago, I joined
a firm, a commercial real estate firm in Manhattan called RKF. And I was the first non-white person in that whole entire firm. There were 90 brokers and I was the 91st and the non-white person. Couple of times I was told by a few guys that you're not going to last here, you're going to leave very soon. And later on I found out that they even have the bets that I will not last even 6 months. Not that only I lasted, but in the third year I was one of the top producers. And the reason I'm saying this to all of you guys, that doesn't matter who thinks about you what you are. What really matters is what you think, what you can do. Believe in yourself is the most important part. And this is to the youngsters. I have a really young team. You know, success does not come overnight. It takes a while. But do not believe in yourself. Always go with your gut and you will make it. Be honest, be trustful, and you'll make it. Thank you, have a good night. Well, the night is not over, especially when Mr. DJ Kucha and JZB is going to rock the night. Thank you, Raul. Raj, that was absolutely fantastic. Quick and sweet, just the way we like it. Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have commercial capital funding. And I want to tell you about our speaker next. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Kumar. None of you know this, and only the few people that know this. Eric Kumar, a U.S. Army veteran, served in the Desert Storm combat operations in 1990-1991. 32 years ago, this guy was fighting for this country. 32 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, served 6 years in the U.S. military. Now his son, Kirat Singh Kumar, under training to become officer in the U.S. Army, has joined the same battalion where Eric served in 1995. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Kumar.
CCFG is a proud U.S. Army officer veteran-owned company. SBA loans and business loans nationwide closed over $250 million in loans in 2020 and 2021. Over 25 years of experience. Proud active member of National Association of Government Guaranteed Lenders. In-house SBA and commercial underwriting. SBA loans for all types of business with or without real estate. COVID-19 loans programs. Loans for professionals, doctors, pharmacy, architects, up to 100% financing option. Loans and grants for minority and or women-owned businesses. Loans for restaurants, gas station, truck stops and hospitality industry. Up to 90% financing option. Construction loans including land acquisition. Up to 90% financing option. Franchise startups with leasehold improvements with or without real estate. Call us at 646-813-3350.
Good evening, Sat Shri Akal, everyone. DJ Kucha, thank you for giving me the respect. Raj, who's my best friend and my brother-in-law, I had no idea that he was going to mention something about this RKF story, that somebody put a bet on him. But before I go there, I want to thank really to my big brother, Gary Pasricha, who had this vision many years ago to create this chamber. And when he talked to me and Raj to be the founding trustees, there was only one thing which attracted us. He said, Eric, no religion, no politics, and no titles.
None of us going to be the president, vice president, chairman, and all that, because that's where the problem starts. So right now, as you see it, it's in our fundamentals. And none of us, we all are trustees and members. None of us have any official titles. So Gary Pasricha for creating that vision. Thank you for that. Of course, our India team, Vibrat Gill, Manisha Singh, Nipesh Bhadani, and our best friend here, best brother here, Sunny Malhotra, who helped us put the whole thing together. Then DJ Kucha, of course.
And Jyoti Soni, the event planner. Thank you. Just I want to go back to what Raj said.
How somebody put a bet on him 8 years ago. When I joined the Army in 1990, August 1, 1990, I was a teenager. I was one of the only brown skin in the U.S. Army, not only in my unit, in my entire battalion. It was either whites, blacks, or Hispanic. I was the only one. Everybody looked at me differently. Everybody said, where are you from? Well, I'm originally from India. Oh, what part of India? So and so. Half of the people don't know where India was. This was 32, 33 years ago, guys. They couldn't even spell my last name Kumar properly. So, as we all know, back those days, there was discrimination. But next thing, before we knew it, as I was finishing my training as a combat engineer and infantry, Desert Storm, Saddam Hussein invades.
And my unit gets shipped to Iraq, to Saudi Arabia. 9 months tour.
Comes back home, that's when I found the discrimination. Because I couldn't fit in the white guys, I couldn't fit with the black people, I couldn't fit with the Hispanics. I was alone. And that's when I told myself, I said, you know what? This is what the hell, why I want to stay here. It gave me more motivation to be something. I was enlisted, I was not an officer yet, but I'm like, you know what would it take me to outrank them?
And that's when I found the answer. Be the officer, and they will report to you, they will salute
you. Because now they have to. So joined the officer training program, 95, became the officer, and then I had my command, I had about 60 soldiers of all those skin. At one point they were discriminating against me and they were reporting to me. So that tells you, the reason I'm sharing this story is, when people hit on your face, when they punch you down, don't fall down. Take that as a motivation, take that as a lesson, and get up.
And say, you know what, I'm going to do something better, to outrank, to be better than you. And also, I'm very glad what DJ Kucha said, that my son, Kirat, as he's at 19, he's finishes 2 years in officer training, and hopefully in the next year and a half,
he's going to be second lieutenant in the U.S. Army. And he's the same family around me. A little bit about PCC. We all, as a first generation and second generation, we worked so hard and
so successful. What we need to do is now invest in our
kids. And that's what PCC is about. That's what Gary had a vision. Be the mentors. Give the mentorship. If you're an attorney and somebody wants to be in a law school, be their mentor. If you're in the banking field and somebody wants to be on Wall Street, a kid, be their mentor. So we need to invest in our kids and be their mentor and give them internships. That's my thank you. That's my last speech. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you so much, Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, our last speaker for the evening. Please put your hands together for the company you see all over TV all the time, Biz2 Credit. A round of applause for Ramit Arora. Let's get him down here. A round of applause for him as he comes down. Come on, guys. Everybody clap those hands. Ramiji, thank you so much.
Thank you for the kind words, and I know we are on TV all the time. A lot of people told us they hate us, it's only us and Prem Jyotish that they see on Indian TV all the time, So we just want to tell everyone that, we are a proud member of the Punjabi Chamber of Commerce, and I've known Gary since we started the business. He's been a great friend, mentor, and we have now done more than 8 billion in financing for small businesses, and our SaaS platform also is being used by global banks like HSBC. So I know a lot of speakers have taken a lot of time but I just wanted to quickly say that we are here to serve the Indian community. We are here to help a lot of small businesses, and whatever we can do to support PCC, we are here to help them, and always a big supporter of the small businesses across the country. And with two Punjabi success story in the US, the company was started 14 years ago by me and my brother, and we are both first generation immigrants. And now we are one of the largest non-bank lenders in the country, funding more than $1 billion every year, and also being one of the leading fintech companies in the country and the world. So thank you again everyone for inviting us, and we look forward to your support.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Wow. I know now what's going to happen is, as one of our speakers said, as soon as we get the main act on stage, all the Punjabis from the outside are going to come rushing back in. Gary ji, where are you going? Where are you going? Come over here for a second. I know you're running away for a second. Please, 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 one second on stage. I know we're going to start the party soon. Shilpi, you're going to introduce our next act. But before we do that, I know it's very hard to call everybody on stage. I just want you to say a thank you note, and we'll continue our entertainment for the rest of the night.
Well, I didn't know I had to do the thank you note. But listen, thank you for everyone being here. I know it's tough for us to
for a long time.
Right, and especially jab thoda ja rocket fuel bhi hunda hai saade system ch. So thank you everyone, but to go back.
Thank you in particular to our India team and then Sunny Malhotra, as we mentioned before. Thank you, Shilpi, did a great job.
And I don't want to take more time. Let's get the party rolling, man. Thank you.
Shilpi, the mic.
Yours, you're going to introduce our next singer. Let's go.
Thank you. That was nice. Okay, ready for the main singer? I know he's going to cheat for now. Shilpi control yourself. अच्छा मजा आ रहा है ना? रोटी पानी हो गया. Speakers to speak. सारा speech भी सुन ली. आज की क्या है? Oh, it's very good. So, मैं स्पीकर्स को सुनने के बाद एक चीज़ हो ऐड करनी है, चंगी लगे तो ताड़ी मार के लेकर आप स्टार्ट करके डीजे कुछ ऑलरेडी होती जो आप गल की सी चाला राह ते सा सुनने तो बाद एक चीज़ हो ऐड करनी कि बिजनेस के विच वादे घाटे चलते रहते हैं, तुहाडे सुपने हो कदे डिगदे हो कदे उठदे हो पर हारे हो ना। हाँ पर दे नाल जे इदां दे बनना है इन्ना वर्गा सुभाव होना भी जरूरी है। सो जोरदार ताड़ियां, द पीपल हू हैव कम सो फार एंड वी आर सो प्राउड ऑफ देम। ताड़ियां दे विच देख लो फिर पंजाबी टिक्की चाट सब कुछ खा के ते हुण ताड़ियां भी नहीं बजदियां, क्या बात है सर। सारे को कहता है कि दो वर्ड्स आ जाओ।
So what we're going to do is give me a loop. Somebody make some noise. Let's pump this beat up a little bit. Let's pump this beat up a little bit from the beginning. I know we got here, and we're going to get on here. Everybody outside, give me all right, guys, give me a beat. Everybody outside, are you ready? Let me get my dancers up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could hear me outside, we're ready to rock this show out. Should we? Are we ready?
Everybody, now is the time. Our culture, Punjabi culture, Bhangra, Tol, everything is ready. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਤਜ਼ਾਰ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ। our ਪੁੱਤਰ, our ਸ਼ਾਨ ਮਾਨ of Punjab, the trending sensation, none other than Jazzy B in the house, baby.
Y'all ready? Somebody make some noise for Jazzy B! Hey, hey, hey!
सब तो पहला वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह। शुक्रगुजार हाँ जी पंजाबी चैंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स जिन्होंने सानू सद्या अज, क्योंकि बहुत तरक्की कर रहे हैं अपने बंदे, बहुत बढ़िया गल है। इट्स रियली गुड टू सी एवरीबॉडी हियर एंड ट्रस्ट मी ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਤੋਂ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹੀ ਆ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਅੱਜ ਆਏ VIP ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿੱਘਾ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਜੀ ਮਾਲਕ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੇ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ PCC Global Manpreet thank you for having me all the media AVS in the house as well respect to all the media who came today and I will try to make you dance you know what I mean because you guys work too hard ठीक है ना काम बहुत तुसी हार्ड करते हैं पर enjoy भी करना चाहिए and Bhangra is the only music that will make you dance it doesn't matter you understand what I'm singing but you will definitely will enjoy the beat so सारे ने खुला सत्ता सब तो पहला मैं शुकराना करना ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ it's going to be 30 years next year for me so I've been doing this since 93 so it is the reason where I am today because you guys supported me thank you so much so ਚੰਦ ਲਾਈਨਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਸ਼ੇਰ ਦੇ ਜਰੀਏ ਕਰੂੰਗੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਚੰਦਕ ਗੀਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਲੱਖ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਚੰਦਕ ਗੀਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਲੱਖ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਔਕੜਾਂ 'ਚ ਸਾਥ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਲੱਖ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੰਡਿਆਂ ਖਿਲਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਪੋਹ ਦੀਆਂ ਰਾਤਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਥ ਦਿੱਤਾ
ਲੱਖ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚਾਨਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਤਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉੱਚੀ ਬਾਹ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੋਕਾ ਗਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਖ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ
ਸਿੱਧਾ ਸੱਤੀ ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਨਾਮਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ
ਲੱਖ ਧੰਨਵਾਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਿਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਹੋਕਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਤਾੜੀ
एक गल बहुत जरूरी है ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਰ ਟੰਗ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਨਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਤਾਂ ਜੈਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣਾ ਸੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਸੈਕਟਰੀ ਤਾੜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮਾਂ ਬੋਲੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਓ ਜੇ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਦੀ ਧਰਤੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਔਨ ਗ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਸਟਰੀਟ ਡਾਊਨਟਾਊਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾਂ ਮੇਰਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਜੈਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਹ ਨਾਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਆਫ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਡੋਂਟ ਬੀ ਸ਼ਾਈ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਬਿਊਟੀਫੁਲ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸੋ ਚੰਦ ਲਾਈਨਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਹੋ 35 ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਢੁੱਲਦਾ ਪਰ ਢੁੱਲਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਜੀ 35 ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਢੁੱਲਦਾ ਪਰ ਢੁੱਲਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਨੇ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਤੀ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਜੀ ਹੋ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਖੁਦ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ ਸ਼ੁੱਧ ਬੋਲ ਕੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਰ ਨਾਰ ਦੀ ਵਿਖਾਵ ਤੱਕਿਆ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਰੰਗਲੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਿਓ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਰੰਗਲੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਿਓ ਹਾਂ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਬੋਲੀ ਰੰਗਲੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਓ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਿਓ ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਢੁੱਲਦਾ ਪਰ ਢੁੱਲਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂਆਂ ਨੇ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਤੀ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਟਿਕਟੌਕ ਵਾਲੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਚੋਰ ਫੜਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਗਾਣਾ ਲਾ
ਚੋਰ ਫੜਿਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਪਰ ਟਿਕਟੌਕ ਵਾਲੇ ਝੂਠ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਆ ਹਨਾ ਹੁਣ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਝੂਠੀ ਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸੁੱਟਿਆ
ਲੱਕ ਪਤਲਾ ਬਲੌਰੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਨੈਣ ਨੈਣ ਕੰਨੀ ਝੁੰਮ ਕੇ ਹੁਲਾਰੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਲੈਣ ਲੈਣ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੀ
ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੋਂ ਮਿੱਠੀਆਂ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ Are you guys ready? Okay, I still see some people sitting down, man. Come on. What did I say? You gotta enjoy it. We've been staying home for like 2.5 years when the COVID was happening. You know what I mean? I want everybody to leave your chairs, leave your table, leave your partner if you have to. Come on the dance floor. I want everybody on the dance floor. Enjoy yourself once again. Thank you. 2CC Global. Here we go. Let's go. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Watch it, I don't say nobody could ever match it. Ready for the ladies, no more time for babies. You want to see me turn crazy?
ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸੁੱਟਿਆ ਲੱਕ ਬਦਲਾ ਬਲੌਰੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਨੈਣ ਨੈਣ ਕੰਨੀ ਝੁੰਮ ਕੇ ਹੁਲਾਰੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਲੈਣ ਲੈਣ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੀ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਤੋਂ ਮਿੱਠੀਆਂ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ Everybody hands up in the air, come on! ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਚੋਰੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਦਿਲ ਮੰਗਦੀ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਬੁਲਾਉਣਾ ਸੰਗਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਚੋਰੀ ਚੋਰੀ ਦਿਲ ਮੰਗਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਲਿਖਦੀ ਰੋਜ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚਿੱਠੀਆਂ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਸੁੱਟਿਆ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਦਿਲ ਲੁੱਟਿਆ Thank you, thank you. ਤਾੜੀ ਲਾ ਦਿਓ ਆ ਤਾੜੀ ਭੰਗੜੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਲਾ ਦਿਓ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤਾੜੀ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਓ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਢੋਲੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਤਾੜੀ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਓ like I said I still see some people sitting down people that's not loud when I'm performing so I do want to see everybody at the dance floor let's pack it up and enjoy yourself ਹਾਂਜੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਫੋਟੋਆਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਫੋਟੋਆਂ ਖਿਚਾਉਣ ਜੋਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਪਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪਾਓ ਫਿਰ ਫੋਟੋ ਹੋਣੀ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੋਟੋ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੀ ਫਿਰ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਫੋਟੋਆਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ I will take picture with every one of you don't worry about that you know what I mean seriously ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੋਟੋਆਂ ਖਿਚਾਉਣ ਜੋਗੇ ਕੀਤਾ yes I will thank you for having me okay I know Shorty told me we got a birthday girl Whippy in the house. It's her birthday. So sare karo happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Whippy. Happy birthday.
say to you, and she just told me a story. I did a show back in Toronto in the 90s. It was a daytimer, and she told me she was there. Come on, man, that's a real fan right there. Thank you so much. God bless you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Mubarak. So this one's going especially to Ruby and all the crew. I want to see everybody with the dance floor.
So where are we going to?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
आज तो तेरी बहुत बढ़िया लग रही हैं।
आज बड़ी
So
let's go people. I want everybody to be jump up. All the dance floor people. Let's go. तारी जोरदार सारे everybody come on man. Once again people, I do want to see everybody on the dance floor. सारे ने खुला सका. अगली गल I'm going to take you back to the future. This is year 2001. नाग आया है. Everybody on the dance floor, people, let's go. तारी ला दो सारे वाले. हाँ जी नो प्रॉब्लम सेल्फी कर लेने मेरे शुरू कर लिए गाना सेल्फी जिन्नी मर्जी कर लो कोई चक्कर नहीं. So सारे ने बेनती है once again people I do want to see everybody on the dance floor. हाँ जी this is one of my favorite track. साडे उस्ताद श्री कुलदीप मान जी दे नाल तक बड़ी ताड़ी मार दे सारे जने. He's the reason why I started singing, and I'll tell all the kids, dream, they do come true. I'm right here. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter, you might not make it the first time, the second, third, but never give up. Alright, साडे उस्ताद जी एक गल कहंदे हुंदे सी कि अपने आप ते मान होना चाहिदा. तो कहते सी जे तू अपने आप ते मान नहीं करेगा होर केड़ा तेरे ते मान करेगा. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself before people will love you. You know what I mean? So it's a humble request to all the youngsters in the house as well. Whatever you guys want to do in life, make sure you go for it. Like I said, you might not make it the first time, second, third, but never give up, man. Trust me. Been there, done that, and here I am. So अगली गल है तेरे टिल्ले तो यो सूरत दी दिया हीर दी तेरे टिल्ले तो यो सूरत दी दिया हीर दी और वेख गोर खा उड़ती है फुलकारी. I want everybody to clap now, come on. ਬਾਸ਼ਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੈਲਫੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਆ ਨੱਚਦੇ ਘੱਟ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਆ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਸਿਹਤ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਓ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰੋ you know what I mean I think you know the era we're from like I'm talking about back in the 90s ਉਦੋਂ ਫੋਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਘੱਟ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ I think life was much better than you know what I mean ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਮੈਂ 4 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰ ਉਸਤਾਦ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਕੁਲਦੀਪ ਮਾਨਕੀ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਮੇਰੇ ਚਾਚਾ ਜੀ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ ਹੁਣ but I can close my eyes I just see the same image I think memory up here ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਆ ਨਾ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਆ ਵੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਾਈਵ ਉਹ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੱਜੀ ਬਣਾ ਸੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਿਖਾਈ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆਪ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋ ਮੇਰੀ ਤਾਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ ਵੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫੋਨ ਆ ਜੇਬਾਂ 'ਚ ਪਾ ਲਓ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਓ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰੋ you know what I mean seriously I do want to see everybody on the dance floor enjoy yourself that's what it's all about
So, Jazzy Paji. Guys, give it up for Jazzy B right here. Come on, I want to hear you scream. So, what I wanted to do, Jazzy Paji, I want to introduce you to the man who made this all possible. We started from Jersey, and now we're worldwide. So, I want to introduce you to Gary Basuicha. Guys, give Gary a round of applause. Come on. So, he's a founder of PCC.
ਤਾੜੀ ਜ਼ੋਰਦਾਰ ਕਰੋ ਯਾਰ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ 'ਚ ਬਲੀਵ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਨੀਂਹ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੀ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਗਾਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਲੇਕਿਨ the guy who produced my first album ਕੁੰਮੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਜੋੜਾ his name is ਪ੍ਰਲੋਕ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੁਨਰ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ he's the one who started Jazzy B maybe he didn't spend that money on me he didn't believe in me I wouldn't be here so put your hands together come on
First of all, thank you, Jazzy B, for coming all this distance for us. And to be honest, he didn't have to do this. He had a lot of other engagements he could have done, and we asked him to do it, and he came through for us. Thank you, and you got a great management, by the way. They just
Yeah, so thank you, and everybody have a great time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Photo करनी आ जाओ Everybody put your hands up in the air, man. Photo लगी हो photo. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. अगली गल कर लगे on the radio.
Yo, let's clear the stage, guys. Come on.
ਵਾਰ ਬੰਦਾ ਭੁਲੇਖੇ ਤੇ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ, ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਫੋਟੋ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, I still see some people sitting there like this and being
come on, you gotta be on the dance floor, right? ਸੋ ਅਗਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਸੂਟਾਂ ਤੇ ਬੂਟਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਾਉਣਾ ਹੁਣ, ਹਨਾ? ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੂਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ, ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਸੂਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ, ਜਦ ਕਿ all the guys on this side and all the ladies on this side, and leave a little bit space in between. ਫੋਟੋਆਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕਰ ਲਿਓ, ਹਾਂਜੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਊਂਗਾ। It's a competition. Do dance well. What's going on, man? Thank you so much. Thank you. That's respect. Thank you so much. It's really good to see the little one in the house as well. You know what I mean? That's the future. बहुत बहुत मुबारक। हाँ जी, thank you भाई, बहुत बहुत। So now जी सूटना दे बूटा दा मुकाबला DJ. Let's go मित्रा दे। बूट, it's all about मित्रा दे बूट। You know what I mean? Let's go, yeah. ਨੀ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਤੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦੱਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਸ ਕਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਤੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦੱਸ ਕਿਉਂ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮਿਸ ਕਰਦਾ
ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੱਲਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਕੱਲੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਆਪਣੇ
ਆਪਾਂ ਲੋਕ ਅਫਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ 6-6 ਫੁੱਟ 4-4 ਫੁੱਟ ਜਵਾਨ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਓਲਡ ਨਰਸਿੰਗ ਹੋਮ ਪਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ।
ਹੋਰ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ 'ਚ, ਉਹੀ ਤਾਂ ਸੇਵਾ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਦੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਡਾਈਪਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰਨਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ। ਸੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਪ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰੋ, ਬਸ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ। ਔਰ ਮਾਂ ਬਿਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਲਾੜ ਲਲਾਉਂਦਾ, ਰੋਂਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਚੁੱਪ ਕਰਾਉਂਦਾ। ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਾਪੂ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਾਪੂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਘੂਰਦਾ, ਬਾਪੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਘਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਤੇ ਕੰਮ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ। ਉਸਤਾਦ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਰੰਬਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਧੀ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਚੰਗੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਬਾਪੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬਾਪੂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਅੱਖ ਦੀ ਘੂਰ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਨੇ, ਕਈ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗੇ ਢੀਠ ਹੋਵੇ ਚਪੇੜਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਈ ਜਾਣ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂਗਾ। ਸਾਡੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਸੀ। ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਜੇ ਕਹੋ ਸਮਝਾਓ, I'm gonna call 911, I'm gonna call 911 mom। ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ 911 ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਸੀ ਚੱਲ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਚਾਟਾ। ਸੋ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋਏ ਬਾਪੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ। ਝੂਟੇ ਮਾਟੇ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਜਿਸਨੇ ਲੋਰੀ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਪਾਇਆ, ਮੋਢਿਆਂ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਜਿਸਨੇ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਜੱਗ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ। ਝੂਟੇ ਮਾਟੇ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਜਿਸਨੇ ਲੋਰੀ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਪਾਇਆ, ਮੋਢਿਆਂ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਜਿਸਨੇ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਜੱਗ ਦਿਖਾਇਆ। ਉਸ ਪਿਓ ਦੇ ਮੂੰਹ ਦੀਆਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਠੇਕਾ ਲਾ ਗਾਵਾਂ। ਆਜਾ ਬਾਪੂ ਘੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਵਾਂ। ਆਜਾ ਬਾਪੂ ਘੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਵਾਂ। ਅੱਧੀ ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਚੂਰੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਖਵਾਉਂਦਾ, ਚੂਰੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਖਵਾਉਂਦਾ। ਮਾਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਕੰਮਾਂ ਕਰੀਦਾ, ਗੁੱਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦਾ, ਗੁੱਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦਾ। ਸਾਡੇ ਡਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ, ਸਾਡੇ ਡਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਣਾ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸੀਸ ਝੁਕਾਵਾਂ। ਆਜਾ ਬਾਪੂ ਘੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਵਾਂ। ਆਜਾ ਬਾਪੂ ਘੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਵਾਂ। ਬਾਹਰੋਂ ਲੋਹਾ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਲੋਕੜ, ਕੌੜਾ ਪਰ ਗੁਣਕਾਰੀ। ਬਾਪੂ ਕਰਦੀ ਸ਼ੰਤ ਲੋਕੋ, ਬਾਪੂ ਸਿਰ ਸਰਦਾਰੀ, ਬਾਪੂ ਸਿਰ ਸਰਦਾਰੀ। ਬਾਪੂ ਦੇ ਖੰਭ ਟਾਂਗੇ ਉੱਡਦੇ, ਬਾਪੂ ਦੇ ਖੰਭ ਲਾਂਘੇ ਉੱਡਦੇ, ਧੀਆਂ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਮਾਵਾਂ। ਆਜਾ ਬਾਪੂ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਵਾਂ। ਆਜਾ ਬਾਪੂ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਵਾਂ। ਆਜਾ ਪਾਪਾ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਵਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰਾ ਜਸਵਿੰਦਰ ਬੋਲਦਾ। ਤਾੜੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਾਰ ਲਓ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰੇ ਕਰੋ, ਘੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਜੱਫੀ ਪਾਇਆ ਕਰੋ। ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਕਿ ਮਾਮ ਡੈਡ ਨੂੰ, that tomorrow might not come. Trust me, I lost my mom and dad and there isn't a day that I don't miss them। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਾਂ ਪਿਓ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ। ਸੋ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਬਸ ਉਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ। ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸੋ ਇਹ ਗਾਣਾ ਜੇ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਣੋ, ਦੇਸੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਨਾ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਸਦਾ ਬਹਾਰ ਬਣਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਹੋਰ ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਨੱਚੇ, I do want to see everybody on the dance floor. This is going to be the last song for tonight, people. Officially, so I do want to see everybody on the dance floor. Haji, DJ Frenzy, myself, just in the hood, baby.
Once again, you guys been great. TCC Global, thank you so much for having me and the boys. Monday बहुत बढ़िया. Thank you so much. Once again,
I told you, all my bricks. I told you all that. Everyone, start to get that out. A huge round of applause for none other than Jersey Bear! The greatest of all time.
शाम बहुत सोहनी सी थैंक यू सो मच रज के इंजॉय करने लई लव यू